G'day legends. Look, I'm going to run you through two really unique things about this GR Sport that make it, well, unique and freaking awesome. Follow along, watch. I'm going to give you a brief run through around the whole car, and then I'm going to nail in on two really key components that set this car apart. So anyway, listen, the back system is quite different. This is the Overlander system from Loaded Drawers. Upright fridge, we've still managed to chuck in all of our other goodies in here with the Redarc Red Vision system, a 200 amp lithium, the Rogue digital switching unit. We're now running the, some of you might have seen, we're running the Airbag Man dual digital gauge now instead of the ARB wireless inflation module. Just get a little bit more control over the manual paddles. That's what we feel, so we've just sort of moved back over to that system. We're really happy with how it's working out for us as well. We've got a slide out drawer here, slide out tabletop, sorry, and the big drawer comes out as well. You'll notice on the back we've got the Kmart twin jerry can storage and the spare swing away for the 35-inch tyre. Nitto Ridge Grappler tyre. Stoked to see some more of these again. We've got more stock coming in too. So a lot of our guys that are up and coming, if they always wanted a Nitto and then couldn't because we couldn't get stock, you can hit us up again. We can get Nittos more readily available now. So anyway, we'll walk around this way. On the whole car has a matte PPF on it. Sort of all stemmed from when Ben came to us. He saw once we'd just finished our PTC GR, it had the matte wrap over the Arctic white colour and freaking looks absolutely amazing. He said he wanted the exact same thing. Basically build a replica with a few little unique changes to it, being the Kmart rear bar and the black Evo course wheels. So it's got the matte wrap all over it, a 12-year warranty, replacement warranty with that. It's through Suntech Film at Codex. On top, we've got the ARB base rack. We've added a heap of little components up the top there to adapt to some of the accessories that Ben wants to run up there. We've got MaxTrax, little eyelets, tie down things and bits and pieces. We've got our own awning mounts that adapt to the base rack or the Rhino Pioneer platform. That is holding up the new Boss 270-degree wraparound awning. It is still like, okay, I'm 6'1", but for some of you that are a little bit vertically challenged, I probably wouldn't recommend doing the 3-inch and 35s. Probably stick to the 2-inch and 33s, which is probably all-rounder the best package for most people. This looks absolutely awesome. Like, freaking the stance on it is absolutely wild. It's a 4,200 kilo GVM kit, 3-inch lift, so 3-inch rear, 3-inch front, with the constant 400 kilo rear coils. So that's the heaviest rear coil we can actually opt for this package. And we've done that because Ben's gonna be towing, and we've got the Kmart rear bar and the drawers in it. If we're not running the Kmart, if you're not towing something extremely heavy, we can drop that down to the lighter, the 200 to 400 kilo rated coils. A little bit smoother in the arse end, but it levels the ride out a little bit more too. So anyway, as I was saying, the height, I'm 6'1". I can easily assemble, disassemble this awning and wrap the bag back over the top. But if you were under 6 foot, I reckon it'd be a little bit tricky. Or just take a little step ladder with you. Remote res Alphas, JMax Alphas with the electric in-cab controller. We've gone the ARB bar work in our Pro Touring powder coat with colour-coded step treads as well. GME, UHF, all our normal standard inclusions. A solar panel up on top as well, feeding into the Redarc BMS system. Kept sort of like some of the black accents the same, so standard black gloss. We've gone with the colour-coded flares on this instead of the black, and to be honest, I think it ties in extremely well. Around the front, the ARB Summit Deluxe Bull Bar, ARB IQ Intensity Spotties. These things are freaking insane. Hats off to the guys, the techs, the engineers at ARB. They've done a really good job with these lights. It's got spot, spread and combo in every single light, and you can control the lighting output by the controller in on the cab, so you can adjust, like basically dim your lights up and down, which is a really cool feature. It's not hard to use either. It's quite easy to use. We've got a Brown Davis bash plate underneath as well, just to give the front end a little bit more strength and protection. Talk about a little bit inside here. Got our usual bits and pieces for in the wagons, the ARB floor mats, GME UHF dash cams, live track GPS trackers. Guys, we do get a lot of guys wanting to remove the dash cams and GPS trackers. We have them in there for a reason, and that's purely just for insurance purposes. A lot of the companies actually request that there is GPS trackers and dash cams fitted to the cars, so they're in there as a standard. Please don't ask us to remove them. It's pretty much just a staple inclusion. In here and behind the back, the mid-row seat, we've got our Pro Touring K-On cargo barrier too. We've developed with the boys at Loaded and K-On to make it work absolutely perfectly. As you can see in there, it looks sick. Now, I'm gonna run through this back system. Actually, before I do that, how freaking cool is this little setup that our guys MacGyvered in-house, which will lead me to explain the other part. So we've got a little screw-on shower because we have a 60-litre stainless water tank underneath from the crew at Long Ranger. So that plugs straight into there, like that. And that one plugs straight into there. There's no water in it, so I can't actually demonstrate it working, but that's how that works. So quick rinse off, get the salt water off you or whatever, or you don't even have to use that shower hose, you could just use it straight off. Put a little portable rose straight off the end of that hose. One of the unique features about this particular build is this draw system. Typically we're doing the touring style with the 50-litre chest fridge that slides out, but this one has got the 85-litre Bushman upright fridge freezer. So it does have a little freezer up on the top there, and we've got the table that slides out right here. Seriously, like how easy is this? Grabbing something there, putting it right there, or you could have another table set up just there. For fresh food storage, these things are absolutely wild, and obviously you can fit full-size wine bottles, 2-litre milk bottles in the door, and you've got a little, I think it's like a 9 or a 10-litre freezer up the top. Huge fan of this system in the back of a wagon. There's a bit of controversy about it, like in the early days when we were talking about putting them in the back of wagons, like essentially it's the same thing as putting it into a canopy, like it's gonna move around and whatever, and they don't have any problem. Your stuff stays in there. You can put, what we do for our cans, our stubbies and tins, we just put you can buy the little lid caps for the tins and just lock them all into place. And I personally don't even have a bottom drawer here. I just pull that drawer out and I have that bottom section all free just for beers. You can put beers all like about, I don't know, 12 beers in upright in the bottom, and then food for the top half. That's if you want to take food, I suppose, but nah. Works really well. So, and this is, we've been able to retain our standard like Redarc Red Vision control panel with this layout. The drawer comes all the way out, the screen stays there, batteries behind the upright fridge in a little storage enclosure, 2000 watt inverter down the side here. Really, really cool. I will do this system in our next wagon whenever we do another one. Little LED light up here, orange, white, dimmable as well through the new Rogue system too. So that was basically explaining the draw system. Now coming back to this, we are only able to do this system because we've got the Long Ranger water tank and diesel tank combo under the back here. Typically, like we do a lot of Brown Davis replacement tanks, the mid replacement tank. So Brown Davis offer it's an 87-litre replacement tank that replaces the 30-litre one under the side here. So we gain an extra, 57 litres over standard. That is a great option. If we're not running rear bars and stuff, rear bars allows us to put more water or more fuel in. So the Long Ranger have come up with a concept to put a 152-litre in the rear. Redivert plumbing, so there's no additional plumbing. There's no changeover pumps or anything like that. And then where the original sub 30-litre tank used to be, we've now got a 60-litre stainless water tank in there. That comes with a little water pump, plumbing, all your bracketry, fixings, all good to go. So we've dialed the installation, and we will do a segment coming up soon on an installation of that going into a wagon. I think it'll be really cool for you guys to see how we actually go about doing that. But we plumb that up, we've got a pump, that's where we put our little tap outlet there. Good to go, 60 litres of fresh water and 262 litres of diesel on board, which makes this freaking awesome. And with all that on it, this car weighs around 3.6 tonne, roughly. So pretty happy with those figures. With a 4.2 GVM, we've still got about just that 600 kilos of payload. So 300 kilos on the ball, couple of 100 kilos inside the car, and you're right on your limit. That's how heavy they can get. 3.5, 3.6 tonne it was, full of fuel. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough. Any questions specifically related to this car build, yeah, hit us up. It's an absolute monster. Hope you've enjoyed the photos and any of the reels and stories that we've posted up so far about it. So cheers Ben, you're a legend mate, appreciate it.